this evening. Plane transporting dead missionary crash lands. Mother pleads for assistance with baby's medical travel. GECOM votes to sanitize voters list with new house-to-house registration. In the region, St. Lucia's 40th anniversary festivities to begin on Independence Eve. And in international news, U.S. state sues Trump over border wall funding. Greetings to our viewers in Guyana and around the world. Today is Tuesday, February 19, 2019, and this edition of Headline News is now being streamed live on Facebook and YouTube. I am Baby Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. A mother is desperately pleading for financial assistance for her baby girl's heart surgery overseas. Here's more.
I'm just asking for your help to help save my baby.
Endless prayers, countless tears, and sleepless nights are just a few words to describe the emotions of Ifia Mackenzie, a mother whose baby was diagnosed with atrioventricular septal defect, a condition which occurs when there is a hole between the heart's chambers and problems with the valve that regulates blood flow in the heart.
Basically, it's a hole in the middle of the heart intersecting the oxygen-rich blood with the oxygen-poor blood, and because of that, it's causing the heart to overwork.
This condition can only be treated by a team of specialists which comes to Guyana twice a year, a wait she cannot rely on since the condition is so extreme. Many days, like today, would end up with her taking baby to the hospital ER. Mackenzie said that the Shea Foundation is assisting with getting doctors overseas to handle the case, and while the foundation has been of a tremendous help, funds are still needed to take her baby overseas. Ms. Mackenzie is appealing to the public for help to take baby Josiah for urgent medical attention.
To the public, please help me save my baby. We all would have been through this at some point or the other. Somebody that really needed the help, and as a mother, you know how I'm feeling. I'm just asking for your help to help save my baby, please.
If you would like to assist Ms. Mackenzie, the number is 645-3590.
I currently have a GoFundMe account for baby Josiah on Facebook, and also if you go to Share page, you will see the information there. She's like one of the trending topics they have, and apart from that, there is my bank account information which Share is also using.
Major tragedy was averted when a single-engine Cessna 182 plane en route from Aru to Georgetown fell out of the sky last night. Esther Sobers is on that story.
Major tragedy was averted as a policeman and a pilot survived a plane crash last night around 7 p.m. A single-engine Cessna 182 bearing an American registration landed at the back of Canal No. 2 Polder, West Bangdanrara. According to the Director General of the Guyana Civil Aviation Authority, retired Lieutenant Colonel Egbert Field, the plane crashed because it ran out of fuel and fell out of the air. At the crash site, a team from the Guyana Defense Force Special Forces men worked tirelessly in aiding the rescue mission of the pilot, who has been identified as Lincoln Gomez, and a policeman, Michael Grimmon. The aircraft belongs to the Guyana Adventist Medical Aviation Service, a Christian missionary organization. The aircraft was transporting a dead body of Christopher Matthews from Aru, a location in the western Guyana near the border with Venezuela. According to reports, Matthews died after he fell whilst mountain climbing in Aru, Puruni area. The injured Captain Gomez is receiving medical treatment for a broken shoulder, while the policeman is being treated for a broken leg and other injuries. Reports are that the body of Matthews was left at the scene of the crash. For Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. The Rusal Bauxite Company owners said they weren't happy with the strike action of the 61 workers. The Russians said that the strike was costing them significant amounts of money, and that is why the workers were sent packing. Esther Sobers reports.
61 employees were fired after they refused a 1% wage increase from the Bauxite Company of Guyana Incorporated, owned by a Russian company, Lucia. The company dismissed the workers on Monday. In the dismissal letters to the fired employees, the company did not inform the employees of the reason why they were dismissed, nor were the employees individually addressed or given a chance to make queries of their dismissals. Prior to the letter, the bauxite workers had staged a series of protests for their salary increases. The letters further stated that all affected workers are asked to leave the premises of the company with immediate effect. However, the workers had defied the marching orders from the Russians. The firings have prompted the intervention of the Guyana Labor Union leader, Lincoln Lewis, and other workers representing the union who had summoned the Bauxite Company for a meeting yesterday at the offices of the Ministry of Social Protection on Brick Dam. However, no representative from the company made an appearance. Speaking to the press on this matter, Chief Labor Officer Charles Ogle said there is no ifs or buts. They, the workers, have a claim. We have a justifiable claim, so we'll deal with that. We're going to meet with the company as earliest possible time. We will deal with the company. We have to deal with the company. We have to find out the reason, and we have to deal with them up front. This is not the first time the RUSAL has dismissed workers. In 2009, some 50-plus workers, including some supervisors, were fired for participating in a strike action. To date, this matter was never resolved. For Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Don't go away. Coming up after the break, GECOM says that elections will follow house-to-house registrations, and Seventh-day Adventist Conference says that the plane which crashed last night does not belong to them. But before that, here are today's foreign currency exchange rates.
For the latest in news from Guyana, the region, and beyond, visit our website, headlinenewsguyana.com.
Hello, baby. Yeah. It's knocked away from young Juan.
Yo, why you gotta get away from your credit, buddy? I recommend that you for blah blah. Let me actually gain. But it's not you that buy back the credit when it's done. Buy back because she money from Fab 5.
Activate the GTT Fab 5 plan today. For only $5,005, you get free unlimited calls to 4 of your closest family and friends, 5 gigs of data plus 250 text messages, and your Fab 5 friends can call you for free. GTT Fab 5.
Wait. So who we putting as we Fab 5? Yours.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Listen and hear me good. It's Mashroman in Guyana, and Clearance got this big mash down sale. Thursday the 24th and Friday the 22nd of February. Half off Nike sneakers. 25% off men's short pants, jeans, jerseys, caps, and selected slippers. 25% off Kenneth Cole and Levi's. Half off selected ladies' jeans, tops, dresses, rompers, loafers, sandals, sneakers. Remember, Thursday the 24th and Friday the 22nd of February. Yes! Clearance, mash down the price for mash! Clearance, always keeping you in style.
Welcome back. Several news outfits are reporting that the plane that fell out of the sky last evening is owned by the Seventh-day Adventist organization. The second-in-command administrator told Channel 2 Headline News that while they work closely with the plane owner, the plane does not belong to them. Wendell Jeffrey spoke to the executive secretary of the Guyana Conference of the Seventh-day Adventists.
There was a missionary who was in Parima, Christopher Matthews, I think his name is, who was the director for the Bible school program up in Parima. They went to a route, and in climbing the mountain, he fell and suffered, the tragedy of death.
Baby, the plane that fell out of the sky yesterday evening at about 7 p.m. just outside the number 2 canal there on the west bank of the Marara does not belong to the Seventh-day Adventist Church. In an exclusive interview today with Channel 2 Headline News, the second-in-command of the Guyana Conference of Seventh-day Adventists, Pastor Exxon Clark, told Channel 2 Headline News that actually the plane belonged to GAMOS, the Guyana Adventist Medical Aviation Services.
Captain Lincoln Gomez was, trying to get him out. And maybe there was some miscalculation in terms of, the amount of fuel. I don't know how that happened, but there was probably a miscalculation in terms of the amount of fuel he needed to get out. The plane that crashed, which was reported, is not directly under the administration, or it's not owned by the Guyana Conference. The plane is owned by GAMAS, Guyana Adventist Medical Aviation Service, which is an organization run and managed by David Gates, who is a missionary. By virtue of them being Seventh-day Adventists, we would collaborate from time to time for various, medical and health outreach programs, for certain missionary endeavors particularly within the hinterland area. We work along with them through our Adventist mission director and so on, and the conference administration. Most of what they do are, is practically, on volunteerism. Basically, we don't pay them. This morning, I visited them at the hospital, in the emergency room, and he's pretty stable for now. He suffered some scars in his face and maybe some level of injury to his shoulders, but I don't have the conclusive evidence of all, but he is pretty stable.
Pastor Clark also noted that it was a rare opportunity for an indigenous member of the Seventh-day Adventist Church to become a pilot with that organization, the GAMAS organization.
He's a young, faithful, servant of God, very humble guy who has committed himself to the ministry. He's probably made history of being, one of the first of our indigenous Seventh-day Adventists, to evolve to being a pilot, that kind of thing. This really makes us proud as a church. Gladly, it landed in a swampy area, which kind of like maybe, was a good thing. And that would have prevented major fatality. There's always risk in everything you do. But whatever you do for God, we believe that whatever He ordains, He sustains.
Reporting just outside of the headquarters of the Guyana Conference of Seventh-day Adventists, for Channel 2 Headline News, I am Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. GECOM today took a vote to conduct house-to-house registration before heading to the next general and regional elections. Elections will not be held in 90 days, as mandated by the Constitution. Word out of the elections office is that the Commission has funding for house-to-house registration, but not for elections. Keith Lonefield, the Chief Elections Officer, said that the Commission needs $3 billion to ready themselves for elections. However, the Ministry of Finance said that the Parliament would have to first approve that spending. The Constitution provides for 2/3 of Parliament to vote to postpone the election dates. However, whether the opposition PPP will agree to this latest GECOM decision is unclear. Efforts by Channel 2 Headline News to reach PPP's General Secretary Barry Jagdeo proved futile. Yesterday, we reported that the Maikodi Secondary School won the youth category of the Panorama Steel Band competition. Actually, it was the Boston Pride Steel Orchestra that caught the top spot. We regret the mix-up. Don't go away, coming up after the break. St. Lucia's 40th Independence Anniversary festivities began, and several states sued Donald Trump over border emergency funding. But before that, here's this week's Bridge Retraction schedule.
What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Listen and hear me good. It's matrimony in Guyana, and Clearance got this big mash down sale. Thursday the 24th and Friday the 22nd of February. Half off Nike sneakers, 25% off men's short pants, jeans, jerseys, caps, and selected slippers. 25% off Kenneth Cole and Levi's. Half off selected ladies' jeans, tops, dresses, rompers, loafers, sandals, sneakers. Remember, Thursday the 24th and Friday the 22nd of February. Yes! Clearance mash down the price for mash! Clearance, always keeping you in style.
Switch over to GTT right now, no. Because all this time and money I waste on a cars alone can just send up my blood pressure.
You've come to the right place. Really? Once you're switched over with our network, you can activate our Fab 5 plan. With our Fab 5 plan, you can enjoy free unlimited calls with 4 family and friends.
You got to be kidding me.
You will also get 5 gigabytes of data with 250 text messages.
You got to be kidding me.
And your chosen 4 can also call you for free.
You got to be kidding me.
Activate the GTT Fab 5 plan today. For only $5,005, you get free unlimited calls to 4 of your closest family and friends, 5 gigs of data plus 250 text messages, and your Fab 5 friends can call you for free. GTT Fab 5.
Welcome back. Now for regional news. This Thursday, on the eve of St. Lucia's Independence Day, the city of Castries will be abuzz with cultural displays and exhibitions. 2 event sites are being prepared to house the displays. These events will officially kick off year-long celebrations of the island's 40th independence anniversary.
St. Lucia's massive 40th Independence Anniversary festivities will begin on February 21st, Independence Eve. Officials of the Independence 40 Committee are finalizing preparations on 2 event sites hosting the displays. One is the Constitution Park and the other on Jeremy Street near the Castries Market. On Monday, Communications and Media Representative for Independence 40, Tony Nicholas, briefed the media on plans to ring in the Big 40.
On the 21st, starting at 6 p.m., on the 21st, you're going to be having 3 stages in the city of Castries. The first stage is at 6 p.m. at Constitution Park, where you will be having a cultural extravaganza. 6 p.m., Constitution Park. That is the first stage on the 21st. Then at 9 p.m., we move across to the SAB, the VG playing field, where you have the best of St. Lucia, the story of St. Lucia, and it's a stage production involved in dancers, drummers, actors, the works. So that's at 9 p.m. at the SAB. And that event is absolutely free. Then at 10 p.m., the third stage on Jeremy Street, the best of St. Lucia. It's a concert involving our Calypsonians and soca artists. Then at midnight, the attention shifts to the Castries waterfront for the raising of the national flag just shortly before midnight, and then you have a grand firework display at the Castries waterfront.
Nicholas says the morning of February 22nd will see some of the traditional independence activities, including the annual parade of uniformed groups from 9 a.m. at the SAB playing field.
From 1 p.m., you have a parade of a difference. And I believe since it is something new, that's why we really need to explain to the public what is happening at 1 p.m. This is a parade involving floats and different groups. You have sporting associations, you have different companies, local manufacturers, cultural displays, La Rose, La Marguerite, Carnival, as part of a moving parade from 1 p.m. from the VG roundabout. And this parade is going to take on the route of the Carnival route through the city and culminating back at the SAB later on in the evening.
Minister with responsibility for creative industries and culture, Fortuna Belrose, is reminding the public that Thursday, February 21st, is not a holiday.
It's a normal working day. I think those persons who are involved in the event would, of course, request a time off from the various workplaces. But as of now, from what I know, I think it's going to be a regular working day. And of course, persons who are involved in the ceremony are urged to be in touch with their employers to try to make it happen for them to participate.
Activities for Independence 40 started in January and picked up steam in February. Last weekend saw a number of military displays and a youth activity dubbed Strides of Unity. The celebrations are being held under the theme, All In, Our Journey, Our Future. The organizers are appealing to members of the public to come out in their numbers and support the events. Lizandy Boville, HTS News Force.
And in international news, a coalition of 16 U.S. states led by California sued President Donald Trump and top members of his administration on Monday to block his decision to declare a national emergency to obtain funds for building a wall along the U.S.-Mexico border.
From California and Colorado to New York and Washington, D.C., opposition is mounting against Donald Trump's declaration of emergency. On a national holiday, President's Day, protesters gathered in defiance of their current president's border wall and his use of a national emergency to tap into billions of dollars to build a barrier on the U.S.'s southern border. Among the protesters in Denver, the state's general attorney. For Colorado has joined 15 other states in legally challenging Trump's declaration.
In Colorado, we will be on the side of the rule of law. And because Colorado would be hurt by this illegal action, having funds that are dedicated to be spent here moved elsewhere, we will be joining an action to challenge this.
The lawsuit, filed in the state of California, but joined by nearly a third of the U.S.'s other states, most of which are run by Democrats, challenges the president's state of emergency. They argue in the brief that Trump's declaration, which was announced on Friday, is unconstitutional, that it tries to bypass Congress's control of the nation's purse strings, that it amounts to executive overreach, and that it's not necessary because a national emergency on the border, they say, doesn't really exist.
President Trump got it right when he said he didn't have to do this. Mr. President, you shouldn't do this.
The 16 states aren't the only ones suing the U.S. federal government. 3 Texas landowners and an environmental group have also filed injunctions. And even Congress may do the same when they return from the holiday recess.
Here's the 3-day weather forecast. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Tuesday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, headlinenewsguyana.com. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast